and welcome to another episode of ASIT video training. Today we're going to understand basics and the fundamentals of networking. The first step is you need to have this kind of cable. This is called UTP, unshielded twisted pair, and both sides are different. Because of that we call it cross cable. So the first requirement is you need to have both computers this cable. Basically you need to put this cable in both computers. So the back of the computer. So I have done the first step. Now the second step is window key and R. Window key and R. Window key and R. And then you need to type ncpa.cpl. That command right there. You need to type that command ncpa.cpl and then enter. Then you need to go where it says local area connection, the one with the cable, because that is where we are going to configure. We're going to configure the port where this cable is going. So double click and then go to properties, then go to IPv4, double click. You have two options. So there is two ways to give an IP address, which is the logical address. There is obtain an IP address automatically, and there is the second one that says use the following IP address. So if you say obtain automatically DHCP will give the IP address, and that's called dynamic. Otherwise, you can use it statically or manually, and that's what we're going to do. Use the following, and then click here right next to IP address, and then give IP address of your choice or the one that your company tells you to use. For local, we use this one, 192.168.1.1. So this is the first computer we're going to give .1. And then where it says subnet mask, you click right here, and it will automatically give subnet mask. Don't worry about default gateway, and don't worry about DNS. So quick thing, what is DHCP? DHCP stands for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol or Control Protocol. It is a service that gives IP address automatically the whole network's devices. All the devices in the network will get IP address automatically. Then what is IP address? IP address is it's Internet Protocol. Internet Protocol. It is logical address. There is the opposite address, that is MAC address. So there is two ways you can give: dynamically with DHCP, or which is automatic, and statically, which is manual. Then you click OK, and then click OK again, and close. We're done with that. You gave IP address. So we're going to the second computer. Same thing. We're going to do it window key and R. Then you type ncpa.cpl, right? Then enter. That will take you here where you configure. You have a lot of different LAN cards. You need the first one with the cable, because that's where we put the cable. So it's called local area connection. We're going to double click, then properties, then IPv4, then manually means use the following IP address, then give IP address 192.168.1.2 this time, because this is the second computer. Subnet mask, you just click it. So what is subnet mask? Subnet mask is a 32-bit subnet mask. It's a 32-bit that identifies what part of the IP address is network and what part of the IP address is host. Network and host, look at it as last name or family name and unique name or personal name or first name. So this computer, its unique name or unique number, IP address, is .2. This one is .1, but they are the same family, which is 192.168.1. This is also 192.168.1, and the subnet mask is the one that identifies by giving 255.255.255. This also have .255, so that's what identifies it. Now click OK, and then OK, and then close. Also close this. We just finished the second step. The first step was putting the cable in both computers. This is called UTP, unshielded twisted pair. Once you put that cable, it has many names. It's called Ethernet cable, LAN cable, which is local area network cable. It's called NIC cable, network interface cable, or card. It has so many names because it's very important to the network. And this is when you're doing wired network. You can also do wireless network. We'll do that in another episode. So we have done the first step, which was the cable. Second step is giving logical address. Remember, we said networking is connection or communication between two or more devices, connected physically and logically. So we did the physically with the cable. Logically also we have done, which was IP address. It's like buying two phones, one for you and one for your family member, and now giving connections by signing up with one of the big companies, either Verizon, Sprint, T-Mobile, AT&T, and so on. Then getting a phone number, giving phone number to this, giving a phone number to this. The last one digit or two digit could be different. Now the next step is to find out if they have a phone number. In this case, we need to find out if they have an IP address. So how do you find out? We click right here, start, and we type CMD. And then here you go, click it. Then you type the command ipconfig, ipconfig, enter. What this does is it will tell you what IP address you have. It will tell you what IP address you have, and here you go. This is the IP address we have. This is Ethernet adapter. If you look here, you will see this is what we gave. The one I just highlighted, that's what we gave. This is Ethernet adapter. That's this port right here. Local area connection. The address is, IP address is 192.168.1.1. The subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. So what is default gateway? What is default gateway? Default gateway, it is the router that you are connected to. That's the first router that your local network is connected to, so you can get out from your network and get into other networks like the WAN, wide area network. So the second step is good. We have IP address on computer 1, which is ASIT 1. Now let's come to ASIT 2. Same thing, click start and type CMD. Click CMD and type ipconfig. Enter. Same thing now. It will tell you what you have right here. So it has .2. So this also has a number. So this has IP address and this has IP address. So we are done with the third step, which is finding out what IP address that you assign both of them. Now we're going to fourth step, which is finding out if there is firewall on or off. So let's start. Click here, type firewall. Firewall is right here. Check firewall status. Check firewall status. That one. Click it. And if it's green, that means it's on. And on it means it will block all connections. So what I need to do, I need to click turn Windows firewall on or off. Remember, this is software firewall. There is also hardware firewall. So let's turn off and let's turn off. Then click OK. Now it's red. It says here turn on Windows firewall. It's just reminding you. Off means it will not block anything. So I'm going to close. Same thing with this computer. Click start, firewall status. Then click here. Then same thing that we have done earlier. Click OK. Good to go. So we are done the fourth step, which is turning off the firewall. Now the fifth step is communicating between the two, testing if there is communication. So this computer will speak with this one, and this one will speak with this one or communicate with this one. How do we do that? Very simple. Same thing on the CMD. We are going to type ping. Ping is a command. This, by the way, this black screen and gray screen you see is where you put commands, and that command will do a specific job for you. So ping and the IP address of the other computer will try to test communication. It's like those two phones that we talked about. It's like calling each other and testing each other if they can call each other, if they will ring or not. And that's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to call or ping this other computer, and its address is 192.168.1.2. That's this one. Enter, and you can see there is a communication. It's saying reply from 192.168.1.2. First time. TTL is time to leave. So there is communication. How do you know? Here it says packets sent. Packets are information that you send, and that is 4 of them. Received, 4 of them. Lost is 0. So nothing was lost and 0% was lost. So perfect. There is communication, means this guy can communicate with this guy. Now let's do the opposite. So same thing we're going to do. Ping 192.168.1.1. Enter. Now you can see also same thing that I talked to you about earlier. So there is communication. That is the 5th step. The 6th step is, now that we are communicating, we need to find out the name of each computer. Each computer has something called host name or computer name. So we need to type the command host name. By the way, every 2 words that you see, don't type them separate. So don't type host and name separate, together. Just like ipconfig was together, host name. Enter. Now this computer's name is ASIT1. Very important to know. That's the 6th step. Host name. Enter. This is ASIT2. That's this computer's name. Why it's important, you are going to find out. Now the 7th step is minimize this, as well as double click the network. So you can see who you are in the network. Same thing with this. Double click network and you can see who you are. We should see 2 little blue computers. Same here. That shows we have a network going on. So while it's doing that, yep, right here, beautiful. So good, perfect. Right here, 2, and here is 2. So we can see who is who. So who am I on this one? ASIT1. This ASIT2 is this computer. Same thing. So what is the goal of this? We're going to find out. So the next step, which is the 8th step, is sharing a folder. Just the smallest thing you can do is share. But we can do bigger than that. But this is fundamental lab for networking. So we're doing the easiest. So create new folder by right clicking on the desktop, new, and folder. So we're going to call this folder ASIT1 PC. So ASIT1 PC shared folder. That's what we're going to do. Same thing. We're going to share first. So the steps of sharing is right click, go to properties, go to sharing, share. You see here it says not shared. So we're going to share. Then share it with everyone unless it's private. And then add. So now here, as you can see, you have an option to read only, or read and write, or remove. Different security. So in security labs, you will learn more about that. Then share, then done. So then close, which means you shared. Now what are you sharing? You need to put some pictures or something. So let's go to pictures. And let's grab penguins, right click, copy, and right click, paste. So now this folder that we shared from computer 1 is penguins. Let's go here and do something different. Right click, go to new, and then folder. We're going to do the same thing as ASIT2 PC shared folder. So you can call whatever name you like. We just like to be generic and easy. Right click in order to share, then properties, then sharing, share, then this arrow, click this arrow and everyone, unless it's private, add, share, then done, and then close. So is that enough? No. We need to go to videos this time. Why? We want to share something different. Click videos and then right click and copy. So right click here and paste it here. So this folder, we shared video. So what is the goal? This computer should see video and this computer should see penguin. How do we do that? Our folder that we opened earlier, our icon, right here, network. So that's how you check what you shared. There is many ways to check. One of the easiest way is double click network icon. And then click the other computer, which is ASIT2. And then right here it says users, double click, admin, double click, desktop, double click, and there you go. ASIT2 PC, shared folder. What are we going to see? Video. Why? Because we are in this computer now. And there you go. Enjoy the video. Now let's come to this computer. We should see penguin. How do we see what we shared? Double click network. Double click ASIT1 because we want to go into this computer. Double click users. Double click admin. Double click desktop. And then ASIT PC shared folder. This time we should see penguin. There you go. There you go. So let's summarize the whole lab. This was basic fundamental networking lab for sharing and configuring and all of that good stuff. So the first step is you need to have a cable, and that cable has to be Ethernet cable. Then you need to put it on both computers. That cable should be cross cable. Cross cable is when you have two same devices. So that's the first step. Second step, you need to give IP address. And the IP address has to be in the same family, meaning it has to be the same class, the same example, 192.168.1, 192.168.1. But the last part is okay because it's unique, different computer. This can be .1, this can be .2. The next step is you need to create a folder. Actually, before that, you need to go to CMD and you need to check if the IP address you gave is available. And the command to do that is ipconfig on the CMD or command prompt. Then you need to check if there is a firewall on or off. If the Windows firewall is on, then you might not be able to see what the other person shared, or you might not be able to ping either. So you need to come and then turn off the firewall. Next step after that is you need to find out the host name of the computer. Then after that, you can ping, and you can also find out what is shared later on. Then you can share a folder. That's the minimum thing you can do. There is so many things you can share. You can share a printer, you can share so many things, but that's the minimum you can do. After you've done that, then you double click the icon of the network icon on the desktop. Then it should show you two computers, ASIT PC1, ASIT 2. Each one you need to go the opposite. For example, in this computer, this ASIT 1, you need to go inside ASIT 2 so you can see the video that they shared. And then you come to the other computer, which is ASIT 2, you need to go inside ASIT 1 via the network icon. Then you should see Penguin like it is here. That's all. So it's that easy. This is fundamental. If you can do this, you can do 20 of them, 2,000 of them, 20,000 of them. This is where it all starts. Basic fundamentals of network. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you another episode of ASIT videos.